Okay. Contracting on behalf of artists and management company. Get professional legal counsel, that's the first one. It comes at an expense, right? But there are, places where you can get legal advice for free. Or people that can assist you, without having to pay an arm and a leg. Another way to find assistance and legal counsel is that, lawyers and the law fraternity, everything that they do is recorded, whether it be court cases, everything goes on precedence, you know what I mean? So you need to read up about specific cases in entertainment law and know all the scenarios. Because the most important thing about contracting is that it's supposed to be a means of dispute resolution. When we find ourselves in conflict, that's when we go and look at the contract. But when everything is going good, who cares about the contract? So you need to know that you're getting the best professional advice and that you're within the confines of the law or best practice. So you need to read up and do your research as well. Find the right lawyers and make sure that they're giving you the right advice. Define your objectives and ensure that they are measurable, and draw up a holistic career plan. So now, when we're contracting this artist, right, we need to understand what are our objectives, what are we trying to achieve together? And that is what we are now making sure that we're putting the fallbacks of any fallouts that happen while trying to achieve this in the contract, to resolve any disputes that we may have or that may arise while we're working on this together. If you don't have a drawn-out plan as to what your career plan, and it's not holistic as well, you'll find that whatever you're contracting and putting down on paper falls short of, what your objectives are. It's like getting household insurance for the building, the roof, and none of the contents that's inside. When someone breaks into your house, they're not going to steal your roof. They're going to steal the TV. They're going to steal whatever they can get their hands on. But if that's not covered in your insurance, they'll be like, sorry, only claim for us when your house gets burnt down or something. Right? So those are the things that you need to do. You need to preempt, that is not supposed to be. Preempt everything, even the most improbable, and create measures to mitigate fallout. So you need to find yourself in a situation and play a scenario out. As in if this was to cause conflict between yourself and the artist or the talent, how would you deal with the fallout from that? How would you resolve this conflict? How would you ensure that there can be an amicable resolution? Or how would you then decide that, actually there is no resolution, maybe it's best to just part ways? You need to know all these things. You need to preempt all these things, because these things do happen. And we cannot be oblivious to it. That's what we consume in the media. You hear about artists and managers and record labels having lots of conflicts. So you can assume that you will encounter it at some point. And therefore, you need to preempt it and prepare yourself for it, right? Have an exit strategy. The next one is about creating a career that can stand the test of time. First thing you need to do is set yourself apart. I'm gonna peel a leaf from what Benza was talking about earlier. And he had a challenge where he had a hip-hop artist who was, colored or considered colored, and fell within a minority group within this country. And they were trying to break him into the mainstream. They did not focus on all the things that make him like everyone else. They focused on all the things that set this artist apart. And they amplified those things. And therefore, all the people who might have felt like they might not be able to relate to this person or might not relate to this personality, you could find something within, this artist's individual brand and individuality that they could at least respect or accept or consume or want to find out more about. And that is the importance of setting oneself apart. You know, you need to be able to disrupt whatever space you enter. And you need to be able to set yourself apart. Work on improving your craft. That goes for everybody, artist, manager. I mean, this is a craft. It's an art, and you need to work on improving it constantly. You need to get better every single day. Not just because you need to improve yourself, but I mean, time waits for no man. And no man can pause time. And the time you're not taking to work on yourself and your craft, someone else is taking to work on themselves and their craft. And this is very important when it comes to building a long-lasting career, because as much as we like to think that we might be irreplaceable and indispensable, we're not. There's a computer that can replace you. You know, it's not even personal. So you need to work on improving your craft every day. If you're an artist, a singer, you need to be making sure that you're doing your vocal training and every day. Because when they ask you to come perform at your 50th anniversary and you can't hit a note, it's tickets for you. You know, if you're an artist manager and you're not working on your craft and improving it every day, the marketplace is changing. Technology is disrupting everything. The way in which we did business 10 years ago is almost completely different to the way that we do it today. Yes, there are some fundamentals that, you know, remain the same forever, but it's changed forever. Back in the day, we were trying to sell CDs. You know, we were trying to sell CDs. Nowadays, only Amifaku can sell CDs. You know what I mean? So, the game is changing. And the way in which you approach your work is basically based on your skill level at the time. So you need to make sure you're constantly working on improving your craft. Be bold and patient. You know what I mean? Be bold. Have you ever seen a guy walk into like a snooker bar and then find the biggest snooker player in the room and then say, listen, I'm going to hit every single ball into the pocket before you even get a shot? And then he does it. That is like a really bold person. You understand? You need to be believing in yourself and back yourself to make bold moves, right? And then you also need to be patient, because while you're trying to make those bold moves, you'll get resistance. While you're trying to disrupt, you'll find people that are trying to put you in some sort of order, right? Some sort of established system or status quo that everyone ascribes to without questioning, that you need to now challenge, right? You need to be bold to do that and be patient. You need to know that it's fine, I can take this light-skinned colored boy, you know, who's Lani colored maybe, not appealing to every single black person or every single white person, and be different, and work on this person's craft so that people will then catch up to them. And that's where being bold and patient comes into play. Sorry, when I get anecdotal, I like to speak about other people, because when I speak of myself, sometimes I feel like I'm bragging.